What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. This is the Hendersonville League Cup Top 4. And on left, we have James Arnold, which we've seen before playing his Turbo Dark deck. And of course, on the right, we know we have Evan Mitchell, who we saw ran in Top 8 with his Mega Mewtwo Garbodor deck. And so we're going to have a Speed Darkrai versus Mega Mewtwo. Right now, James Arnold is having fun showing his GX counters. And there we see James get a mulligan. Looking at Evan's going to take notice of his old school VS Seeker, which is very nice. I think it's from Ruby and Sapphire, or maybe, I don't know. I'm probably wrong with the set. But Speed Darkrai versus Mega Mewtwo, and this is an interesting matchup because, you know, Darkrai has a resistance to Mewtwo, but Darkrai has to do 210 to actually knock out a Mewtwo. I'm pretty sure it's 210 if I recall correctly. But either way, it has to do a ton of damage to one-shot a Mewtwo, and then if he doesn't one-shot it, well, then you have to worry about Mewtwo using his damage change with the Shrine of Memory. So it's a very interesting matchup, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Is Mega Mewtwo or Darkrai going to take it? And we're going to wait here a second, and who won the coin flip? And here we go. There's the handshake. We see Evan start with that damage change Mewtwo, and James, unfortunately, started a Shaman EX. Now let's see what James does here. He's got a Hoopa, going to use Scouring Search for 3 new EX Pokemon. Now, he probably had both the Hoopa and Shaman in his hand, and you can see he opted to start a Shaman, which I do think is the better thing for sure, because with the Hoopa, you can search out multiple cards, like you see here. He gets 2 Darkrai's. He doesn't grab a Shaman, which either means his other one is prized, or it has it in his hand, or maybe he doesn't want to put it down. There's a lot of different reasons he cannot put it down, and we see another Darkrai coming down. And let's see, there is a Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4 cards of his deck. He has a Max Elixir in there. And looks like a reverse foul. Okay, no, Paralyticity is going to come down. And if he can find a way to retreat that Shaman, put another Pokemon down, and discard both the Shaman and Hoopa, he's going to be in a really strong position. So we see a switch into the Darkrai, okay. We see a Dark Energy go to the active. And a Paralyticity going to discard the Hoopa, and a Sycamore discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. So he can't put down another Evital, another Darkrai, but he did get rid of the Hoopa, just in case Evan does get a Lysander later on the Hoopa. And let's see, does James just pass here? Does he find a Max Elixir? Nope, just going to pass on Evan's turn. Now let's see what Evan does here. Going to put a DC on the active, okay. There's an Ultra Ball discarding a Psychic Energy and maybe an Ultra Ball. It looks like he is contemplating, yeah, going to discard the Ultra Ball. And this could get his own Hoopa as well. And yeah, you see him. Wait, did he just put a Hoopa down? Oh, no, he Ultra Ball for Hoopa. Going to grab a Mewtwo. Trubbish. No, okay, so he Ultra Ball for the Trubbish. Put down Hoopa using Scouring. So he's doing multiple things at once, which is fine. So Ultra Balls for the Trubbish. Hoopas for Mewtwo and Shaman. Okay, we're good. Okay. Alright, so he already had the Hoopa in hand, so that's why he wanted that route. Okay. So Mewtwo, Trubbish, Shaman setting up for 3. Yep. We see a Spearlink. Does it go on the bench or the active? It looks like he is going to put on the active. He really doesn't have to worry about this Mewtwo being knocked out. I mean, I don't think James can do 170 next turn to knock out this Mewtwo. That would be pretty insane. James doesn't play any Dragon Pokemon, so he can't attach double Dragons or anything like that. And he's just going to be relying on Max Elixirs and Energy Attachments and Oblivion and Evitals and just that kind of stuff, nothing else too crazy like double dragons. So we're going to see what these people get, what these players get with their 6 new cards. And we see James does hit a baby Evital, but he can't play it because he did Paradigm City himself down to 3. And what does Evan find here? Does he find? Nope, just a pass on a James turn. Now, James does have a Dark Energy. He could put on the active and Dark Pulse for 20, 40, 60. Put an EXP share on the bench. Dark Energy active and a Sycamore. Discarding an Evital, Escape Rope, and a Lysander. Gets 7 new cards. And he needs to find some Max Elixirs, which I do see 2 in his hand. So there's a Max Elixir number 1. And he does find one going to the Darkrai with no EXP share. So he's doing 20, 40, 60, 80. Okay. We will see another Max Elixir, and he finds another one, so that's 100 damage right now. And we'll see a Dark Pulse for 100 damage, which allows him to 2-shot this Mewtwo. He could do 100, and the next turn attach Energy and do 120 for the knockout. So on Evan's turn, he's going to draw a card. It looks like he top deck a Psychic Energy. But right now, Psychic Infinity is only going to do 3, 6, 9, 12, 130. There's a DC deactive in. I mean, can Evan take a knockout here? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I mean, if he finds a way to Mega Turbo plus an energy, he'll be able to take a knockout this turn, and that would be insane. Like an Ultra Ball plus Mega Turbo will take a knockout on this Darkrai, but that's his only real way to take a knockout right now. Now, if he does whiff this, he'll still be okay. He'll put a ton of damage on this Darkrai and try to knock out the next turn, but does Evan find this combination of stuff in his hand? Okay, there's a Mega Mewtwo, and there's a Mega Turbo, so put him active, and he will take a knockout. Wow. Alright, so there's that Floatstone going down to Trubbish, and we'll see a Psychic Infinity for the knockout. The Darkrai with the EXP share will kick that in. But right now, James, 20, 40, 60, 80, is not taking a knockout on this Mewtwo. He needs to find 2 energies. He has a Max Elixir in his hand, so Ultra Ball discarding in his Sycamore. Probably grabbing a Shaman, or an Evital, maybe another Darkrai. I don't actually see another Pokemon in his deck right now that I can recall. Okay, there's Evital. Alright, so he's going to shuffle up. But can he find an Energy plus a Max Elixir? If he could do this, he could take a knockout on the active Mega Mewtwo and put Evan down to 0 Pokemon that can attack next turn. Unless Evan finds like something crazy. So is he a Max Elixir going to find a Dark Energy? So does he find a Dark Energy attached for his turn? There's another Max Elixir, and there's another Dark Energy, and he will be able to attack for a knockout this turn. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 140 is enough for the knockout. And yeah, we're going to see it in. Both players are going to shuffle up and get 6. James will get 6. Evan will get 4. And can James find a Dark Energy attachment for his turn? If he could do that, he'll then do 160. But then you really can't one-shot a Mega Mewtwo the following turn because you've already used all 4 Max Elixirs, if I do recall correctly. So both players will get some new cards. James will get 6, and Evan will only get 4 new ones. Alright. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And he does find another Dark Energy. He could put that on the Baby Evital, maybe? Or maybe on the Darkrai EX. And yeah, we'll see it on the Darkrai EX. Okay. And we'll see a Dark Pulse for the knockout, and James will go down to 4 price cards. So what does Evan do here? Well, he'll promote the Trubbish. It has a Floatstone, so free retreat. Does he find a Link, DCE, some multiple Mega Turbos? There's a Link. There's a DCE. There is a Shrine of Memories and a Sycamore. Discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Does he find another Mega Mewtwo or not? We see another Spirit coming down, okay. And do we see a pass? We see an Ultra Ball. Going to discard 2 cards from his hand, which could grab him a Garbodor. There's an Ultra Ball and a Psychic Energy being discarded. And does he grab a Mega Mewtwo to a Psychic Infinity for this turn, or does he go for a Garbodor? I mean, maybe the Psychic Infinity Mewtwo is probably the better play, so you at least can attack off this turn. The threat to get a knockout on the Darkrai the following turn, because your Mega Mewtwo is not getting knocked out. Like I said earlier, James is, I think he's only do 180, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, he's only do 140, so there's no way he's knocking out his Mega Mewtwo next turn. So Mega Mewtwo will come down. We'll see a treat into the Mega Mewtwo, and we'll see a Psychic Infinity for 3, 6, 9, 12, 130. So 110 damage with the resistance. And on a James turn, let's see what happens. Can he find a Lysander to bring her that bench Shaman EX? Can he find another Darkrai and put an EXP share on that? That would be really nice. He does have a Lysander in hand, so he could Lysander up the Shaman and take a knockout, going down to 2 price cards. But then this Mewtwo just knocks you out, so that might not be the best option. So we see Train just look at top cards of his deck. He does find a Fear Belt and a Lysander. And a Delinquent, okay. Will he Delinquent, putting Evan down to 0? And he will. Alright, so he's going to put Evan down to 0 cards. Alright, that's pretty nice. And can James find another Darkrai with an EXP? Sure, if he could do that, that'd be fantastic. At least attach an energy return. I do see maybe an Ultra Ball in his hand. I think that's what he's contemplating right now. So Ultra Ball discards Olympia and a Lysander. And does this find another Darkrai? No, it doesn't find anything, which I'm starting to believe his Shaman and Darkrai are both prized, and that's why he's not grabbing them. Now, he does have a Switch in hand. He can play that to switch to the other Darkrai, I'm pretty sure is what it is. But no, we're going to see a Dark Pulse doing 6, 12, 140. And on Evan's turn, going to top deck a Trubbish. Now, Evan will be able to take a knockout this turn. Go down to 2. EXP share will kick some energies on the bench Darkrai. We see Darkrai EX come up. And let's see what's going to happen. If you belt to the... Nope, never mind. Let's see. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Right now, Darkrai can't even knock out a Shaman. There's a Fear Belt to the bench. Evital. And James is going to take a knockout, going down to 2 prize cards, unless the Evan's going to provoke that Trubbish with the Flowstone. And can Evan get out of this delinquent? There's a card. I see some Flowstones. I see a Flowstone on the Hoopa. I see what a card does he have. What is it? What is in his hand? There's a Shaman setting up for 5 new cards. But I mean, if James can find an energy plus a Life Center, he will win game number 1. Now, this is best 2 out of 3. So we're gonna be here for a good minute. That's all I gotta say. So, I mean, James does have a Dark Energy hand. He does have a Trainer's Mail. I don't know if he has a VS Seeker, but if he finds a VS Seeker with this Trainer's Mail, he'll be able to knock out a Shaman and win this game. Can Evan end him down to 2? But does Evan want to end himself down to 2? Because if he ends himself down to 2, he might not find a Mega Mewtwo, all that kind of good stuff. He does have a VS Seeker. The Trainer's Mail, look at top cards of his deck. Okay. Does he grab anything with this Trainer's Mail? Will it be a whiff? And it is going to be a whiff. Okay. Gonna get a good little shuffle there. Unless she, what will Evan do? We'll see a Psychic Energy go to the bench Mewtwo EX. We are going to see a VS Seeker, and let's see what he decides to grab here. Does he grab a Switch? I mean, a Lysander, an N, a Sycamore. Gonna count how many cards are left in his deck. And what will he go for? Looks like he is going to play in, put both players down to 2 cards. Now, this is actually good for Evan. He just end James probably out of a game-winning hand. But Evan has to find a lot of stuff. He has to find a Mega Mewtwo, and like his best 2 cards would be a Mega Mewtwo and a Juniper. And that'd be the best, or Sycamore, sorry, that'd be the best 2 cards to find here. And let's see, what do both players get off these 2 cards? James is going to get 2. Evan's going to get 2. If you're Evan, I think you retreat to the other Trubbish and just let it get knocked out. So that's fine. So we're going to retreat to the... Okay, nope, just going to pass on to James' turn. Okay. Now, James does have another Dark Energy in hand. He can put down the bench Evital. I do not think he put on the Shaman or the Darkrai. We see a Parallel City putting himself down to 3, and we will see a Dark Pulse for the knockout doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 damage. Evan will send to the Hoopa, and can Evan find something out of this? We see a Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4 cards of his deck. Finds a Lysander. Can he win the game right now with this Lysander? I don't know. There's a VS. Okay, so VS going to his hand. He opted not to get the Lysander. I mean, if Evan could find a DC plus Mega Mewtwo, he could win the game right now. There's this. Okay, nope. Just gonna Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. And I'll see a Mega Mewtwo coming down. He does have a Psychic Energy attached to the Mega Mewtwo. Okay. Let's see, retreat to the Mega Mewtwo, and we'll see a Psychic Energy for 3, 6. Oh, double Mega. Oh my goodness, this is a knockout. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Yep, Evan just hit the knockout. That is insane. He... Oh my goodness, out of nowhere, Evan hits it. He finds the Mega Mewtwo, he finds a double Mega Turbo, a Psychic Energy, and takes this game. I didn't think Evan was going to win this, but out of nowhere, that end of 2 helped him out so much. I mean, we saw James, he was going to win that game. I'm like 100% positive he had a VS Seeker in hand, or had outs to get a VS Seeker to Lysander or Shaman to win the game. Evan ended down to 2, and Evan drew better off that end, while James drew like the Double Dark and like Parallel City or something like that. But on to game number 2, guys, who do you want to win? Do you want Mega Mewtwo or the Darkrai deck to actually take it? And guys, I'm gonna give a shout out to the Game Cave 2, like I've been saying this whole time. Make sure you give check out the link down below to their website. They are the one who provided this camera and allowed me to actually record this game in all the round 5 through top 4. Fantastic people. Thank you so much for letting us do this, and I highly do appreciate them. I really do appreciate. I don't know why I said highly, but guys, on to game number 2, Irene. Can Darkrai pull this out? I mean, we saw Darkrai, you know, it was going to lose, and all of a sudden we thought James was going to win, and then he lost. All right, but we see James. Did he start the Hoopa? I think he started Hoopa. We see Evan start the Mewtwo. Okay, and let's see what happens. And yep, James does start with Hoopa, and Evan will start with his Mewtwo. And let's see what James decides to do here. He does have an Ultra Ball. He probably only plays the 1 Hoopa, so there's no way he can Ultra Ball for another Hoopa. He can maybe just Ultra Ball for a baby Evital and start Oblivion if he wants to do that. He can grab a Darkrai EX, which we do see him look like he wants to opt for that. Just get Darkrai EX, start swinging ASAP, and just start doing a ton of damage. So Darkrai EX will come down onto the field, okay? But can James find some Max Elixirs, some Dark Energies, some Fury Belts? He didn't really attach that many Fury Belts last game. I just don't think he ever drew into them, unfortunately. So we see Max Elixir. Go look at top cards of his deck. Does find a Dark Energy for that Darkrai, okay? And we will see a Fury Belt and an N. Both players will shuffle up against 6 new cards. Now, Evan, I mean, all he really wants is like a Trubbish, a Floatstone. I mean, Garbodor didn't really make a difference at all last game. James doesn't really have too many abilities besides like setup and Scoundering, which he already has Scoundering on the field, so he can't use that again. So maybe, I don't know, it's still always good to get out Garbodor to shut down late game Shamans if needed. But we see James going to Ultra Ball, discarding a Dark and a Lysander. And will this find an Oblivion Evital, or will he decide to go for another Darkrai EX? If he does go for the Oblivion Evital, he can essentially attach 2 energies per turn. And we do see him go for the Oblivion Evital, which I do like a lot. I like being able to Oblivion, get a ton of energies in the field. And we'll see a pass on Evan's turn. Alright. So Evan puts down a Mewtwo. We see a Psychic Energy deactive. We see a Trainer Mode. Look at the top cards of his stack. And looks like he didn't hit anything except for like 4 Pokemon. I definitely saw looked like 3 Pokemon and something else. We see an Ultra Ball, discarding an N and a Mewtwo. Okay. And let's see what he decides to get here. Does he grab a Hoopa? Okay, so he is going to Hoopa. Going to use Scoundering to search for 3 new EX Pokemon. Probably just a Mewtwo and a Shaman. There's a Mewtwo and a Shaman, okay. I like how Evan's using all full art cards too. Look at him. He is a fancy guy. But no golden Ultra Balls, while James does have golden Ultra Balls. Definitely something to point out there. But Seamus setting up for 4 new cards. Spearlink on the active, Spearlink on the bench. And let's see what else does he have in his hand. Does he find a Trubbish? We see a Floatstone to the Hoopa. And we'll see 6 damage to the active. It does 30, but times 2 of weakness is 60. So there we go. We see it Dark and go to Darkrai, and we see it end for both players getting 6 new cards. Alrighty. Now, I don't think Evan played a supporter card last turn, which could mean nothing because Evan did discard it in. So maybe he had like multiple Mega Mewtwo's and something and just didn't want to end away and just play him down next turn. Alright, so both players are going to get 6 new cards. Can James find a way to retreat this Hoopa? He does have a Training Spell. Look at top cards of his deck. Training Spell, switch, in, and another switch. Okay, so he is going to play switch, use a Bloom for 30, and get another Dark Energy on the field. And that, you know, that's really good for James. Like, that's what he wants to see. He wants to start using Blivwing, get some more energies on the field. But what he's missing right now is another Darkrai EX. So we'll see Blivwing for 30. Most likely put the Dark Energy on the Hoopa. You really don't load up your Darkrai too many energies, and we'll see 30 damage on that Mewtwo. And on the Evan's turn, can he? Okay, Mega Mewtwo to the bench. Okay. We'll see a Spearlink to the bench, Mewtwo. Trainer's Mode, look at the top cards of his stack. Okay, not gonna grab anything. I wonder why he opted to evolve the bench and not the active Mewtwo. That's very interesting to me. Okay. And let's see, what does he have? Does he play it in? Does he play a Sycamore? I think he's debating between those 2 cards and seeing what's my prize cards right now. So DC to the active, okay, and a Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. It looks like he did discard a Mega Turbo, and there's a Psychic Infinity Mewtwo. I saw him pointing at it, so he's probably like, I don't know why I evolved that bench guy. I should have just evolved the active. I see Shrine of Memories coming down. We see a Ultra Ball, discarding a Psychic and a Super Rod, grabbing the Trubbish. And once again, I don't know why he's putting on the Shrine of Memories right now. With your stative cards, you definitely want to save him until you need him at the last moment. And we'll see Psychic Infinity for the knockout. On to James' turn. Let's see, so 20, 40, 60, 80. That's what he's doing 90 right now, which is not enough for the knockout. He needs to do 180 damage to actually knock out this Mega Mewtwo, which is almost impossible. Alright, so both players are going to get some cards. Evan's going to get 5, James is going to get 6, and can James find the Darkrai or not? And there's a Darkrai at the Fury Belt. We see a Ultra Ball, sorry, that's not a Sycamore. Ultra Ball, discard a Perilous City and a Sycamore to find a Shaman to help set up to find 5 new cards. And can he find some Max Elixirs? He hasn't attached return yet, and we'll see he gets 6 new cards. He found the EXP share, Darkrai, Energy, and a Max Elixir, and that's the hand you want to see. So we'll see Max Elixir look at top cards of his deck, put one of the bench Darkrai. Okay. He's got an EXP share as well and a Dark Energy. So he can put the Dark Energy on the other Darkrai, put an EXP share down to it, and all of a sudden this Darkrai is ready to go. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 130 damage. But can Evan find a 12, 20, 40, 50, okay, no, yeah, 130 plus 30 is 160. But can Evan find a Psychic Energy? If he can, he can damage change and move all that damage onto the Darkrai EX. Now, if Evan can find a Lysander plus a Psychic Energy, that would be really crazy to see. Like, Lysander the Shaman, damage change, knock out the Shaman EX, and be really crazy. But we do see a DC on that bench Mega Mewtwo. Going to use Trainer as well, look at top cards of his deck. And does he find a Mega Turbo? He does have a Lysander and a Mega Turbo in his hand. He has both. He wants one of those cards, but he needs both of those cards, but only grab one of them. So we'll see a Mega Turbo coming into his hand. Okay. Mega Turbo to the active. Does he find a Lysander? That is a $1 million question. If he does, nope. Going to stick more instead. Discard his hand, draws 7 new cards. But he will be able to damage change either way and get all the damage off Mewtwo on that Darkrai EX. And yep, that's what we're going to see. And on the James turn, going to draw a card. And now he's back to square zero. Yeah, he's still not knocking out his Mewtwo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only doing 130. He's got a VS Seeker, which can get it in. Which I think what he's going to grab is an N. And going to play it, get both players. Evan's going to get 5, and James is going to get 6. Can James find some more energies, some more Max Elixirs, anything like that, to make this Darkrai do a lot more damage? Maybe some more EXP shares. A 4th Darkrai would be nice as well. And let's see, what does James... Oh, a switch would be nice as well. Just switch into a different Darkrai, so your active Darkrai doesn't get knocked out. So we see Perilous City. Go to discard the Shaman EX. Okay. And he does have a switch in hand, but does he have another energy? If he does, this would be fantastic. You would force Evan to have a Lysander. But nope, going to see a Dark Pulse for 140 damage. Oh no, 130, sorry, did the math wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep, 130. Alright, so on Evan's turn, he gets Psychic Infinity for the knockout, going down to 3 price cards, but then one of the energies gets kept in play. Then James will take a knockout. We see the bench Mega Mewtwo get another energy, and man, things are looking rough for James right now. Like, Evan's going to take a knockout. Going down to 3, James will promote the Darkrai probably with a Fury Belt if he has an energy in hand. So we see the Fury Belt Darkrai coming up. Going to draw a card. He doesn't have one in his hand right now, but he has a VS Seeker for N to put Evan down to 3. And that's what we're going to see. So VS Seeker for N. Both players are going to shuffle up. James is going to get 6, while Evan is going to get 3. Can James find a Dark Energy? If he doesn't, well, he's in big trouble. That's for sure. So we'll see what these players get off their new cards. Can James find a Dark Energy? 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I do see a Dark Energy and an EXP share, which he could put on a new Darkrai or maybe the Hoopa. So EXP share the Hoopa, Dark Energy active, and we will see a knockout. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 130 damage, going down to 4 price cards, and Evan will send the Hoopa with the Float Stone. Unless he can Evan take a knockout right now. He's doing 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. He's doing 160. Minus 20 is 140. So, I mean, he needs a lot to knock out this Darkrai. So he's retreating to Mewtwo. We see Evan. He's thinking about it right now. How do I knock out this Darkrai in one hit? Can I find some DCEs? Maybe some Mega Turbos. He's already played at least one Mega Turbo. I know that for sure. We'll see a Psychic go to the active. So 36, 9, 12, 15, 18. He's doing 190. Minus 20 is 170. And that's what we're going to see. 172 is Darkrai EX. All right. Oh, yeah, on a 12, 30, 40, 50, 60. Did I do math wrong? 36, 9, 12, 15, 18. I think Mewtwo does 10 plus 30. Is that math wrong? I don't know. Maybe I can't count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 190, 170. I think it is 170. But whatever. Well, I mean, I can't stop him because it's way past time. But we'll see what James does here. He won't be able to take a knockout right now. He will be able to, like, heavily damage his Mewtwo, but that's about it. His Dark Pulse only did 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 130, 140. Okay. He's got multiple Dark Energies. What he could do is maybe get a Darkrai, put a Dark Energy on it, and a Life Center of a Shaman for a knockout for 160. The next turn, find another Dark Energy, plus a Life Center to knock out the Hoopa. That's one way he could do it. Get a back-to-back knockout that way. Yep, that's probably his only real out. But let's see, James. What does he decide to do here? Does he Life Center the Shaman? That's not a bad idea, I don't think. So Dark Energy to the Hoopa. He's got a VS Seeker in hand. Can bring out the Shaman. And you go down to 2 prize cards. I mean, Evan's taking a knockout no matter what. I mean, we're going to see a VS Seeker. Now, this could grab at Olympia. To switch out of the active. Or we see a Life Center. Bring up the Mewtwo EX. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, not enough for the knockout, but it will get this Mewtwo stuck in the active spot if Evan cannot retreat it, okay? And we see Evan get a Psychic Energy, which is not what he needs. He needs to find a switching card or a DC to switch out of the active to the bench and take a knockout this turn to go down to 1 prize card. So let's see what Evan does here. Does he find a way to retreat? Does he just hatch his Psychic Energy to Mewtwo and just kind of say, whatever, this Mewtwo is gone, I can't save him for being knocked out? And what will Evan do here? Gonna look at just Garpel, make sure he weighs in all of his options. And gonna put a Psychic Energy to Garbodor. Okay. He's gonna go for a Sludge Bomb, maybe? That'd be insane to see. Okay. And we're gonna see a pass on a James turn. Now, James, does he find another Dark Energy attached first turn? 12, because right now he's doing 150. If he attaches energy here, he's doing 180, and then he can then knock out the Mewtwo EX, just clean, like a clean Mewtwo EX. So, will we see a Dark Pulse for the knockout or not? It looks like he's kind of counting on his fingers what to do here, and yep, going to Dark Pulse for the knockout, going to 2 prize cards. On a James turn, on Evan's turn. Let's see what he decides to do here. Now, James does have a VS Seeker in hand, so if Evan takes a knockout, James can license the Shaman, take the game, and go to game number 3. So let's see, does Evan find it in to get that VS Seeker out of his hand, or not? Okay. Let's see, what will Evan do? Doesn't even have his, he hasn't played a supporter card in 2 turns, so he might not just have anything. There's a Mega Turbo in hand. He's got a Life Center. I don't know the Life Center. I don't think the Life Center really does anything. Yeah, it doesn't really do too much. You can maybe one-shot the Darkrai on the bench, but then still James has a Life Center to bring up the Shaman to win the game. So, if Evan's only supporter card is a Life Center, he can't really win this. So, Mega Turbo to the active, okay. And he's going to Life Center up that bench Darkrai, but this means James will take the game and go to game number 3. So, you see Psychic Affinity for the knockout, doing a ton of damage. Hoopa will get another Dark Energy thanks to EXP share. James got a VS Seeker for Life Center, bring up the Shaman, and Dark Pulse for the knockout. And here we go, guys. On to game number 3. See, Evan didn't really have his portal card. The bottom of his deck was a VS Seeker. But on to game number 3, guys. So we know that Darkrai can win this. I don't think it's like a super bad matchup for Darkrai in general. Like I said, you have resistance. Both players aren't really knocking each other out. The scary thing for Darkrai is that Mewtwo does have the damage change, but we saw Evan do that, and it still not make that much of a difference. James was able to make a comeback and still win this game. Definitely licensing the Mewtwo, get it stuck in the act spot to 2-shot. It was pretty nice for sure. To allow him to draw into another VS Seeker to license the Shaman to win the game. That was really cool. The end is what hurt Evan the most, ending Evan down to a low hand size, and then not finding a supporter card is probably what gave James that win for sure. Because 100% I think Evan had it, but that's just how Pokemon works nowadays. You just get in, and you don't have anything, you just lose game nowadays. So what players are going to shuffle up. This is top 4. Whoever wins this match will advance to the finals of the Hendersonville League Cup and move closer to winning a box of Sun and Moon, plus the Dartrix, Decidueye playmat. So see James gonna mulligan here, showing off his old school reverse switches and everything cool like that. So we're gonna see Evan get his 6 cards out. Okay. And on to game number 3, guys. My question, like always, is who do you want to see win? Do you want Darkrai or do you want Mega Mewtwo win? Both these decks are fairly popular. You see on the other side of the field, you see Decidueye, Vileplume, and Darkrai Dragons being played out right now if you watch the match beforehand. And we see James get another mulligan, which is never good. Like, no matter what deck you play against, like, you give your opponent more cards to draw into. They can hit, their energies easier, whatever they want to, and be good to go. So Evan's going to tap it this time. Let's see, does James find a Pokemon? And he starts with a Shaman EX, unfortunately. So Evan will find 2 new cards, and here we go, guys. On to game number 3. I think Evan started as Mewtwo all 3 games, which is fantastic. So let's see Ultra Ball from Evan, discarding a Psychic Energy and a N, which will most likely grab a Hoopa EX. If it's not prized, use Scoundrelling, search for 2 Mewtwo's and a Shaman, most likely, like he has for the past couple of games. Now if it is prized, oh nope, there it is. There's Hoopa. Going to use Scoundrelling, search for 3 new EX Pokemon, grabbing a Mewtwo, and no Shaman EX, which means it's probably in his hand, or he might have prized 2, unfortunately, but nope, there's an Ultra Ball, discarding a Lysander and a Mega Turbo to grab a Trubbish, and I saw the Shaman in his hand, so he's good. He's going to set up for at least 4 right now, unless he can play 1 more card down. And can he play 1 more card down? A Trainer's Mail, look at the top cards of his deck, finds a DCE, and that was the only real card I saw, so really can't grab anything with that Trainer's Mail. Okay. And we will see a Shaman setting up for 5 new cards. So Evan's having a fantastic turn 1. The only thing he hasn't done is attach and play a supporter card, which I do see a Psychic Energy in his hand, but I don't know if he has a supporter card in his hand. We see a Psychic Energy to the active, okay. And he's really debating about this Perilous City. Perilous City is fine right now because you can discard your Hoopa and Shaman. That's really nice. That's like 100% nice. So you see via Seeker for a 6 or for an N, gonna give both players a new hand of 6. Now James did have Ultra Ball in his hand, so he was good to go. He wasn't gonna get knocked out straight away, but can James find some more Pokemon or not? If he cannot, then his Shaman is definitely in trouble, 100%. So let's see, what do these players find? Can Evan find some Spirit Links, maybe a Flowstone? And can James find some Darkrai's and Max Elixirs? We see James, yeah, that's not a hand you want to see. We see a Spirit Link to the active, and James going to hit a Trainer's Mail, and going to play it, and he does find a Sycamore and an Ultra Ball. So Ultra Ball is what you want to do here. You're going to Ultra Ball, discarding a Dark, and maybe an Escape Rope? I'm not sure what the other card he wants to discard. He does have multiple Darks and Elixirs in his hand, so he will be able to Hoopa, use Scoundrelling. Looks like he's going to discard double Dark. I don't know. You can see he doesn't really like that option. There's 2 Max Elixirs of 2. I think, yeah, the second Dark Energy is what you want to discard here. Or the VS Seeker, okay. So going to use Hoopa, get Scoundrelling, search for 3 new EX Pokemon. Is his other Shaman prized? If it is, he's in big trouble, but it's not. He's only got 2 Darkrai's and a Shaman. He's got 2 Max Elixirs, an Energy, an Escape Rope, and he will be able to attack this turn, but he will attack the wrong Mewtwo because of the Escape Rope. Will send up somebody else, unfortunately. Alrighty, so we see Darkrai. We see a Max Elixir number 1. 3, okay, Dark into the Darkrai. Get a good little shuffle. We'll see another Max Elixir, an Escape Rope, and a Shaman. James will have a Shaman for 6, which is fantastic. So a second Max Elixir, does he find Energy? And he does not, unfortunately. Oh no, that's not good. Okay, alright. So gonna get a good little shuffle. We'll see an Escape Rope. Evan will probably just set up a Mewtwo, doesn't really care which one. I mean, you could set a Trubbish and let it get knocked out. It's not too big of a deal to lose Garbodor, like I said, but we'll see Evan set up a Mewtwo. James will attach a Dark Energy and Shaman for 6 new cards. There's a third Max Elixir in a switch. Alright, now what James could do is put down the Evital, Max Elixir to it, and Obliviate for more energy in the field, but he's going to opt to try to put a Dark Energy and not going to find anything with the Max Elixir. So he's 1 for 2 right now this turn, and what will he do here? Right now, Dark Pulse only do 20, 40, 60. Not too strong at all. Only 6 damage. You can't even 2-shot this Mega Mewtwo, unfortunately, or the Mewtwo EX, unfortunately. Alright, so let's see, what does James get with these 6 new cards? He's already played 3 Max Elixirs on turn 1, and only hit 1 of those, unfortunately. And there's a fourth Max Elixir stand. Holy cow. Alright, he does find an EXP share. I wonder where he'll decide to put the EXP share. So Max Elixir, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And oh my. Oh man. James was 1 for 3 on his Max Elixirs. That is insane. That's so unfair. Alright, so we'll see a EXP share. Oh, nope. Okay, EXP share the Hoopa. Okay. And what else will he decide? What else will he do here? So EXP share the Hoopa. And Dark Pulse for 60. Alright, so on Evan's turn, he puts a Mewtwo Spearlink on the active, Garbodor, Floatstone. Evan does have a Shaman, but he couldn't put it down because he is Parallel City. And we'll see a Sycamore discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Alright, so let's see, can Evan find a Mega Mewtwo? Double Mega Mewtwo will come down. He has a Psychic Energy, DC to the active. And what else does he have here? Right now, Psychic Infinity is doing 3, 6, 9, 12, 130, minus 20 is 110. And yep, there we go. Alright, so on to James's turn. I'm going to put a Dark Energy to the bench. A Darkrai. 20, 40, 60, 80. He's only doing 80 damage, and he doesn't have any more Max Elixirs. There's an Ultra Ball discarding a Dark Energy and Hax Maniac. And you just kind of think that James is in a bad position. Like, he's missed 3 of his Max Elixir. There's a VS Seeker for N. Both players get new hands of 6. But man, I mean, only hit 1 of your Max Elixir, not even 50-50. It's just really, really bad for James. Like, you gotta think, can he win this game now? I'm not even 100% sure. He'll be able to swing it to Mewtwo, but not be able to take a knockout. Then Evan will be able to knock him out while powering up his bench Mega Mewtwo. And I think this game's gonna go slowly downhill for Evan. But I mean, I thought the same thing about that game number 2. James was able to make a comeback. There was a Max Elixir, not a Max Elixir, an EXP share to the bench, Darkrai EX. And we will see a Dark Pulse for 20, 40, 60, 80. Okay. So 80 damage going to the active. So bring it up to, 12, 13, 14. Okay. And since James does have double EXP share, he'll be able to save both those Dark Energies, which is really nice. Just conserve all the energies while you can. And let's see what Evan does here. He could put its Psychic Energy to the bench Mewtwo into Sycamore or DC. That's good as well. Okay. And I mean, what could happen is Evan could take a knockout and then take another knockout with his bench Mega Mewtwo on a fresh new Darkrai. So we'll see 2 energies being activated with the EXP share. See Darkrai EX come down and own a James turn. Let's see what happens. Does he find a Dark Energy to knock out this Mega Mewtwo to go down to 4 prize cards? But then can Evan knock out James's Darkrai? That's the $1 million question. So is it Dark Energy to the active? Okay. We see a VS Seeker for an in, putting both players down to James gets 6, Evan gets 4. But right now, Evan's doing 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 160. Minus 20 is 140. But he needs to do 180. So he needs to find a DC, and he'll be able to knock out this Darkrai EX next turn. Or Energy Plus a Mega Turbo. So Evan's going to get 4 new cards. I don't see a DC right now. Does James find a Fury Belt? That could make his Darkrai survive a little bit longer, but okay, an Evital with an EXP share will come down on the field, and we'll see a Dark Pulse for the knockout going on to 4 prize cards. So Evan is going to prove that Garbodor does have Free Tree thanks to the Flowstone. We will see a Trainer's Medal, look at top cards of his deck. There's a Mega Turbo, which is, okay, nope, going to have a Spearlink. Never mind, I lied. I thought he was going to grab the Spearlink. Maybe he already has a DC in hand, I just don't see it, okay. So Spearlink to the bench. We'll see a DC to the bench Mewtwo, and that is enough for the knockout. And there's an end, putting both players down to 4 new cards. Right now, Psychic Infinity doing 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22. Minus 20 is 200 damage. And, man, this is not looking good for James. James's best play next turn is send the Evital and start Oblivioning to get some more energies on the field. But, alright, so we'll see Mewtwo come up, and we'll see a Psychic Infinity for the knockout, going down to 2 prize cards. Alright, so James will be able to get multiple energies on the field thanks to the EXP share, and I think you definitely had to send this Evital with a Dark Energy. Alright, so on James' turn, going to draw a card. He already has an end in hand, which is fantastic. He can end Evan down to 2, and just hope he doesn't find a Lysander to win this game. So both players will get some new cards. Can James find a Dark Energy and a Blivwing that can get 2 energies on the field this turn, and if Evan does knock out that Evital, he can then keep the energy play thanks to EXP shares. So it's going to come down to what does the end give both players. Does Evan find a Via Seeker or not this turn? Going to get 2 cards in his hand. Not going to show us what it is. Alright, okay. Can I see what's in his hand? I can't see it right now. But we'll see Believing for 30. Okay. And on Evan's turn, going to hit a Sycamore. Does he have a Lysander Trainer Spell? Look at tough cards of his deck. Not going to find one just yet. He does have a Shrine of Memories. He can just use it to bop the Parallel City so it's not a play anymore. I don't know. So that way he can use Damage Change later on if needed. That's not a bad play. He does have a Sycamore in hand, so he can play that and get 7 new cards. His Shrine of Memories coming down. And a Sycamore, discard his hand, draw 7 new cards, okay? So, I mean, what will Evan do here? Does he use, like, Damage Change to move a 30 on the active? There's an energy to the bench. Mewtwo, okay. And we'll see Psychic Affinity. Evan will go down to 1 price card. And let's see, right now, he's doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Which is not even enough to knock out this Mega Mewtwo. And I don't think James got this. Like, he can't, literally, he cannot knock out this Mega Mewtwo. He's going to do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Plus 30 is 150, and there's no way James can win this game. He's out of max elixirs. He can put a Dark Energy on the bench, but even then, it's only do 170, which doesn't knock out this Mewtwo. His only out is the Lysander of Mewtwo EX, and hope it sticks. You do see the time is called, and I think it's symbolizing that Evan is turn 1. But man, can James do anything? There's a Dark Energy on the Evital. And does he have a Lysander for that bench? Mewtwo EX, that is $1 million question. That's his only out. We see a Trainers, but look at the top cards of his deck. Finds a Switch, that's not going to help him. Sycamore, Olympia, those are cards he does not need. I don't think there's any way he can prevent Evan from winning. Oh, he does have a Lysander hand, so like I said, he can Lysander up that Mewtwo EX. Get it stuck in the active spot, and Dark Pulse, not enough for the knockout. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 121. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, not enough for the knockout. But let's see what James does here. Gonna Lysander, bring up that Mewtwo EX. But if Evan is really turn 0, turn 1, then there's really no way that that James can even win. Alright, so I think, yeah, if Evan's turn 1, there's literally no way. There's Psychic Energy away. Good retreat, and Mega Mewtwo will take the knockout with Psychic Affinity. And there we go. Evan will advance to the finals, playing as Vlad's Darkrai Dragons deck. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the finals of the Hendersonville League Cup. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, bye. Alright guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.